start. Chai Jin from China starting 4th. Miki Tori from Japan 5th. Arantxa Flores from Mexico starting 6th. Rosalia Yonora 7th. Li Zimeng 8th. Huang Zhijian 9th. Nixin Yu has A on her shorts starting 10th. Rihanna DeVoe from Canada with B on her shorts 11th. And Anna Burke from the USA has the C. There's the start list for you all to have a quick read through. Chinese riders have been out in force so far this weekend. Chai Jin, the best of their qualifiers going in this one. 7 laps for the women, 6 laps for the men. We've got 4 men's groups, 2 women's groups, and battling it out for the all-important 12 places in tomorrow's final. We've got another round of heats to come later in the afternoon, Heat 3, and then we'll be back again, of course, tomorrow morning for Heat 4, and then the final. Riders all getting lined up for the start here, and the racing getting underway. Mateuszkova with that number 1 on her shorts, the top qualifier from this one. Sara Zubarova with the number 2, and Mariana Navarova the number 3 on the shorts. So that is the top 3 athletes, 2 from Czechia, 1 from Slovakia, that we are looking out for in this race. There you can see the split section. That right-hand split does give you a slightly cleaner exit towards the final turn. But overall pretty even across the 2 split sections. Seeing Sara Zubarova there on the first lap. No practice starts this time around, but it's all gone to plan for Eliška Matyšková. She is in the lead. A surprise to see her in 2nd place. She's so dominant in the women's class last season, of course. Mariana Navarova in 2nd. Sara Zubarova running in 3rd place at the moment. And start position absolutely key for tomorrow's final. Across the 4 heats, we take the top 3 results to give you the total, and that will determine the start positions for tomorrow. Matyškova just having a little look over her shoulder. Of course, already has a qualification spot by winning the women's category last season. A little bit of clear water in front of her. Does she go for the long lap early on? Well, this already in touch with some back markers, so maybe the long lap coming, and it certainly appears that way. So Matyškova and I think Navarova both going for the long lap on lap number 3 of the race. So Matyškova looking to avoid any problems, pick up the maximum points. Of course, she could still get that number 1 spot if she wins the next 3 of the heats. And starting off with this one, well, it's worked out okay. She's got a little bit of space in front. One of the riders up ahead has pulled off for the long lap. So Matyškova certainly getting it right in the early stages of Heat 2 Group A. Navarova still in 2nd, Zubarova 3rd. And a few of the riders further down the standings may have gone for the long lap, not getting the update on that, as we see Nixin Yu from China about to be passed by Sara Zubarova, who I believe is yet to go for the long lap. So watch out for the Slovakian, 2nd in the junior girls last season. No juniors or other classes here. It is just the women's class and the men, who are all racing on stock boards as Matyškova crosses the line. Sara Zubarova was in the race lead. Must be looking at the long lap now. Just try and find Zubarova for you, but on to lap 4 of the race. There she is. So Zubarova working her way back across and through the final turn. So Zubarova still in the lead of the race, but It's long lap time surely now for Zubarova. And the Slovakian has top spot. She was good in her first heat and took the win in Heat 1 Group B. See that hand going up, indicating she is going to turn left and take the long lap. That will change things in the standings again. This long lap is super long as well. There is Mariškova. Completed 4 laps of the race onto lap number 5. The Czech superstar of this sport. Zubarova now exiting the long lap and back onto the race circuit. Pretty much full throttle, quite an open course. It allows the riders to really attack it. Not the most technical of courses, but enough certainly to challenge the riders. It's hard to overtake out here on the water, but that's what the split section is for, and of course the tactics with the long lap as well. Mariškova, I think, is about to be back in top spot officially, and she has comfortable lead right now. Zubarova back on the course as well, so Mariškova. There is Zubarova. It's got a little bit windier over the past few minutes. We just had a short 10-minute break, technical break. So Mariškova back in top spot. Zubarova in second place in the race. 3.5 between them onto lap 6 of 7 here in heat number 2, Group A. So Mariškova there out in front of Zubarova, just looking to maintain that advantage. Always checking, just having a little look to see where the Slovakian is behind her, but it's going to plan for the Czech rider Eliška Mariškova. That's a great angle there that you can see the difference between the two riders. Both of them going for that left-hand split. And Mariškova will take the white flag on as she crosses the finish line on this lap here to put her onto the final lap of the race. Yeah, white flag out for Eliška Mariškova. Zubarova still in second place, and that gap has come in a little bit, 2.87. Mariškova going for the long lap early in the race, and she has to take another one now, though, as does Zubarova. So these two pretty much on the same schedule, and it's going to be hard work for Zubarova. She's going to have to rely on a mistake from Mariškova if she wants to take this one, but Mariškova doesn't make many mistakes, does she? Here you are, full throttle on this long, extra long lap as well. 2.87 separated first and second as they look to rejoin the course, and Mariškova gets lucky just in front of the back markers, and Zubarova settles in behind a couple of them, so that is going to take away any chance she would have had just to keep it close. Mariana Navarova through in third place right now. She was the winner of Heat 1 with the 18 points, so she stays in third. Will move to 29 points. 11 points for third place, but it's Mariškova who has dominated Heat 2 Group A and is on course to pick up the maximum 18 points after second place in Heat 1. Back to winning ways here, and just a rider down right on the finish line. I think that was Araxa Flores having a bit of trouble. So checkered flag out, and Mariškova takes it comfortably. Zubarova in second place, and Navarova finishing in third in the end. But just wait for the leaderboard to all update, but no doubt about who the winner was in that one. Mariškova taking it, Zubarova in second. So Zubarova still with the advantage over Mariškova. Navarova with that a win and a third place. Zubarova with a win and a second actually tied with Matejkova in terms of points. Matejkova finishing second, so they are both on the same number of points. So 32 points apiece for Matejkova and Zubarova, but that could, of course, change once we get through the final heat. One more heat today, of course, for these women, and then heat 4 tomorrow, and it is just the best 3 that we take out of the 4 to give us the starting positions for the final, which of course will take place tomorrow afternoon. As we get through the day, we will bring you all of the timings for tomorrow, so hopefully you don't miss anything. There's the final results. Good performance from Miki Tori to finish in 4th place. Chai Jin, the best of the Chinese riders, in 5th, and Nixin Ju 6th, Li Zimeng 7th, and Axa Flores, who had that fall right before the line, in 8th, Anna Burke in 9th, Rihanna DeVoe in 10th, and Rosalia Yanora, who had a good heat number 1, finishing a little bit down in 11th place, so just the 2 points to add to her 5 points from heat number 1 for Rosalia Yanora.
Hello. What is the meaning of merhaba? So it's like marhaba. Yeah.
So we move on to Group B. As your start list, we'll run you through the start list for Group B. Go Jiayin has the number 1 on her shorts. Aneta Slukalova, who finished in 5th place in Heat 1. She has the number 4. Engine Lee, number 3 on her shorts, finished 3rd in Heat 1 Group B. Linda Luxscheider was 4th in Heat 1 Group B. Lee Min-yong starting 6th. Yu Sujin in 7th. Alaya Flores, who was 6th in Heat 1 Group A. She was starting 8th. Lauren Thielen, again, who was 7th in Heat 1 Group B. She starts 8th. Then Jin Yu and Jihan and Jennifer Beckman round off the field for Group B. They're out on the water. They'll get lined up pretty quickly. Things do move fast out there with certainly now we're into the second heat, and the practice starts are not done for heat number 2. Did have them earlier in the morning. Apologies if we weren't able to bring you things live in the morning. Just 1 or 2 issues, but we believe everything is fixed. So thank you so much if you're tuning in live now. Great to have you company here in Fujairah for the MotoSurf World Games qualifier. It's all about the final positions after tomorrow. Do enough to generate that spot and go to the World Games. 24 men, 24 women will compete at the World Games, and there's also the Nations Cup, Mixed Gender Nations Cup as well at those World Games taking place in Chengdu, China, between the 7th and 17th of August. It'll be the 3rd World Games to take place in Asia, the 1st to take place in China.
And
34 sports, 60 disciplines, 253 medal events taking place at those World Games. And of course, powerboating, as it's listed officially from the World Games, making its debut, MotoSurf, and cheerleading also making its debut. So 2 rather different sports, but great, of course, to have them both on the World Games program. A lot of sports that get close or are vying for places in the Olympic Games come through the World Games. Good example of that, sport climbing. It worked its way into the World Games and then progressed up to a Olympic sport, and a rather popular one as well. It fits very well with the Olympic program, as could MotoSurf as well, couldn't it? So hands in the air, and Gao Jiayin is just going to bring them back around. Try again for the start. World Games held every 4 years, although due to COVID it has been 3 since the last one in Birmingham, Alabama, USA back in 2022. I had the privilege of working at that World Games, but on a slightly different sport. Got to cover parkour and rhythmic gymnastics, which was a first for me. Did enjoy it. A lot of nice music. So we're going to try again here, and Gao Jiayin leads the riders around. Aneta Shlukalova has the number 2 on her shorts. And watch out, she's a fast starter. Enjin Lee from Korea with the number 3, and then to her left with the number 4, and the orange and yellow top is Emma Strukalova. Yeah, she's just hasn't quite got the pace right here to get this start underway. Difficult for the athletes that are a little bit more inexperienced racing at this level, just to manage the starts. A lot of pressure on the rider with the number 1 on their shorts. Got to get that pace sorted and get everyone into position. Watch out for Strukalova, Czech rider in second place. So difficult for the Czech athletes to qualify. So much talent, of course. So are they going to get it right this time? The pace just a little bit lower. Let's see. Hand in the air from Gao Jiayin. Well, they're lined up pretty well. Listen for the whistle. Is the marshal happy on the boat, on the jet ski? Yes, so we do get underway. Enjin Lee making a move immediately to the right-hand side. That's going to set her up on the inside line. Might actually put her ahead of Aneta Shlukalova. Gao Jiayin, though, getting a really good start. But that was impressive from Lee from Korea. She immediately dived to her right-hand side and put herself ahead of the Czech athlete. We'll see if it pays off in the end for Enjin Lee. But Gao Jiayin getting away nicely. She's gone for the right-hand split. Let's see as they exit the splits. Gao Jiayin actually going for the left. It was Enjin Lee going for the right-hand split. And the Chinese rider crossing the finish line with Lee in second place. Strukalova, I thought she might have been able to try and push the Chinese rider out of the start, but hasn't worked. And Gao Jiayin has the lead. Enjin Lee second, Emma Strukalova third, Aneta Strukalova fourth, Linda Luxscheider in fifth, Lorin Phelan moving up a couple of spots. She is in sixth place. And some of the riders in the lower starting positions going for the long lap early, but the 3 race leaders continuing on lap number 2. There is the rider who was in position 1, still there, Gao Jiayin. Qualified well, and she taken advantage. So 2 laps completed for Gao Jiayin. Enjin Lee still in second place. See some riders coming out of the long lap there. Well, the race lead up on the long lap, Gao Jiayin, and going for it early, going on that lap number 3 of 7. And it really does take a lot of time out. It tactically very difficult to know when to time it right so that you get some clear water. Enjin Lee following her into the long lap, as did Linda Luxscheider as well. So watch out for Luxscheider. She was in 4th before taking the long lap and deciding to go with riders 1 and 2. So Emma Strukalova, I should say. I apologise getting that wrong. Will be in the lead of the race. I didn't see if she went for the long lap there, but if she didn't, she will be in the lead. But of course, long lap still to come for the Slovakian. So Strukalova is on the 4th lap of the race. There she is. That number 4 on her shorts, and got to think about that long lap now, I would say. Gao Jiayin and Engin Li, Linda Luckscheider have all gone for the long laps, and Strukalova just trying to put some time into the field, a little bit of clear water, and she's trying to use that through the split section. Gao Jiayin working her way back towards the split section in a few turns' time. Provisional race leader officially in 5th place right now as Strukalova completes another lap, and on to lap number 5 now for the Slovakian. Surely now she will make that, yes, the hand in the air, so she signals that she is going for the long lap here, makes that left turn on that toe edge, goofy-footed rider. So off she goes into the long lap. She was in the lead of the race, and we'll see if she's been able to make up a little bit of time. She did have some good clear water out in front. That could be a big advantage. Lukalova from Czechia sitting in 3rd. It's Gao Jiayin, Engin Li working their way back through the field, and there's Strukalova exiting the long lap, but she's got lap traffic up ahead of her. Not easy to work your way through that traffic, especially on a course like this. You're relying on the rider in front that is a lap behind to move out of the way. We're on lap 5 of 7 in the race. A little further down is Jin Yu with the A on her shorts, but she's still got a long lap, at least one to come. Has just been focusing on putting the laps in. Really tight turn there from Strukalova. So Gao Jiayin back in the lead of the race officially, on to lap number 6, the penultimate lap of the race. Well, Strukalova ahead of her now. So Aneta Strukalova from Czechia in the lead. Gao Jiayin from China in 2nd place. Engin Li dropping down to 4th. There is the race leader on lap 6 of the race. Well, actually 2nd place, do beg your pardon, with Aneta Strukalova in the lead. And here you can see this far away turn on the long lap, and it's full throttle into this next turn. And then after this one here, you've got the exit, those 2 black buoys, and you've got to hope that you don't hit any lap traffic coming out. But a lot of lap traffic around this section of the course. Gao Jiayin there completing another lap of the race. She is on lap number 7, as has Aneta Strukalova. 7 seconds behind, but still has to take the long lap here. And off she goes for her 2nd and final long lap of the race. And it's the final lap as well, lap number 7 for the rider who started in top spot, Emma Strukalova. They're down in 3rd place right now. Gao Jiayin coming through, exiting the split. How close is she going to be to Strukalova? So Gao Jiayin back the main part of the course, split section up ahead. On the checkered flag lap. But here she is with the number 1 on her shorts, and Emma Strukalova not too far behind her. Haven't seen Aneta Strukalova yet. I think she might have had to have done one more long lap. So Gao Jiayin there just coming through the split section with the checkered flag is waving. And Gao Jiayin comes through, crosses the line, but it may be second place for Gao Jiayin. We'll let it all sort itself out with the live timing and bring you up to speed as and when. But Aneta Strukalova getting that one, and the 18 points. Gao Jiayin coming through in second, and Emma Strukalova finishing in third. Engine Lee finishing in 5th place, picks up 8 points for that one. Alaya Flores, I should say, right now in 6th, but Gao Jiayin, after a decent first heat, finished in 2nd, now picks up another 14 points, moves to 28 points. Strukalova needed a victory. She was on 18. 8 from the first heat, so she moves to 26. It's 28 for Gao Jiayin. Well, apologies if you catch me sneezing there, folks. It happens every 10 minutes. Always lovely to have a cold. Yes, it's still winter, but over here it's always summer, isn't it? Approaching temperature, just so you're aware, about 26, 27 degrees in the sunshine. Absolutely beautiful conditions for racing at MotoSurf as well. And very happy Aneta Strukalova taking the victory, and she needed that one after finishing a little down the standings in heat number 1, down in 5th place, but gets the victory, moves to 26 points and 2 heats, of course, to come. 4th place for Luke Scheider. She gets 9 points for 4th. Moves on to 18 points. Emma Strukalova on to 20 points now with a 4th and a 3rd place finish. After, we'll work it all out for you once we get into heat number 3 in the afternoon. We'll spend a bit of time making sure we've got that all sorted for you. I'll see if someone can bring some printouts as well, save my maths. So the women exit the water, the men get ready for the start of their second heats. There's your start list for Heat 2, Group A for the men. Lucas Zahorsky had, as we heard from Lucas, had some problems in Heat number 1. There was a little bit of contact with the back marker, broken fin as well, and he ended up in the water. Did come through in 2nd place, but he's got a tough one here with Marek Skamla. But Zahorsky, as the top qualifier, will have position 1, and with a 2nd place on the board, he will want, of course, to get the victory here and pick up the 18 points. Marek Skamla starting position 2. Kim Min-jun 3. Feng Zhanghao 4. Hassan Bobas 5. Wu Yongkan 6th. Jano van Kersblik, who finished 3rd in Heat 1 Group A. 7th, Hannes Holdberg, who was 6th in Heat 1 Group B. He starts 8th. Stanislav Ganichkin 9. Natapak Kanchanapurn 10th with the A on his shorts. Then Maxim Gavronov and Abdullah Al-Blushi to round off the field. Wu Yongkan, one of the many Chinese riders that are here today and over the course of the weekend. And they've been showing some great form as well. So Zahorsky, so experienced at getting the riders into the starting position here. He will want to get them away at the first time of asking and avoid any dramas here. He's got Marek Skamla, of course, for company. So looping back around, and Marek Skamla 10th in the elite standings last season. Lukas Zahorsky finished, just did Macau in the elite racing, of course, was in the Electric Challenge last season in Poland, Sweden, Italy and Croatia. So it looks like we are underway with the racing here in Heat 2 Group A for the men. Zahorsky on the inside line, Skamla alongside him with the number 2 on his shorts. Strong start for Lukas Zahorsky. That's what he was after, try and put some time on the rest of the field through this opening lap. Just the 6 laps for the men. And Zahorsky hasn't put a lot of time on that opening lap on Skamla, and Skamla cuts it tight, and super close between first and second. Two exceptional riders, under a second between them. Kim Min-jun coming through in 3rd place. Zahorsky just focusing on the race up ahead, not taking the long lap early. Hassan Bobas in 4th place. There you can see him with the number 42, wearing 5 on his shorts though. 6 laps, tricky to know when to throw the joker lap in. Zahorsky going over to the right hand side. There's Bobas running in 4th. Just the 2 Q80 riders here, so as long as they finish reasonably high up, you would think that Q8 is getting those 2 spots at the World Games. But we shall see how it all plays out. So Zahorsky, Skamla, the 1-2. Zahorsky thinks about it and drifts across to his left and takes the long lap. I think Marek Skamla follows him. They do. Skamla with the win in Heat 1 Group B. Knows a second place finish here would be pretty useful. But as we heard earlier from Lucas, who's leading this race, position 1 absolutely key on this course. And there's a little bit of space there at the exiting the long lap for Zahorsky. There's maybe about 100 meters ahead. You've got some lap traffic that you can hit lap traffic pretty early. We're on lap 3 of the race, and Zahorsky with the board all fixed, and after the problems in heat number 1, just looking to keep it all smooth and under control. No mistakes, avoid any drama with any back markers, and Zahorsky doing a nice job here on lap 3 of the race. So Zahorsky and Skamla, 1 and 2, really out on the water. And the rider with a hand in the air, is that Zahorsky just looking for a little bit of help, and the back marker just has to get out of the way, and Zahorsky will want to avoid any dramas there. She does. So quite a few riders still to take some long laps. Zahorsky putting a normal lap in here on lap number 4 of the race. Split section up ahead, and does he go? Yeah, goes over to the right hand side. He's favouring that exit, as quite a few of the riders are on the right hand side. Now, as you exit the final turn, it's a little bit straighter into this last heel edge turn for Zahorsky. Wu Yongkan had briefly ended up in the race lead, but long laps still to come for the Chinese rider Zahorsky. Let's see on lap number 5, does he go for the long lap here? Yes, he does. So Zahorsky is going to have one more lap after this one to see it out and pick up the maximum points available from Heat 2 Group A. Wu Yongkan, with the hand in the air, he is going to drift over and take the long lap here. Was in the lead of the race, but of course live results only give you so much of the picture, with those riders that haven't done the long laps drifting up into the top positions. But Zahorsky on his second long lap is going to come out, if not in the lead of the race, very close to it. There is Marek Skamla, Slovakian. Had been running in second place. Did follow Zahorsky on that opening long lap. Hassan Bobas, number 5, was running in 5th place. Zahorsky crosses the line onto lap number 5, the penultimate lap of the race. He's going to get past that Ganichkin, who's got to get out of his way, which he does well. And Zahorsky surely will see this one out from here. See the wind certainly picking up. Approaching midday, it does increase in strength throughout the afternoon. It's not going to get crazy windy here, but it's conditions all pretty good out there on the water for these athletes. Marek Skamla running in second place here behind Zahorsky. And there the race leader exiting the split section, moves to the right hand side of that orange buoy. One more turn to come, and Zahorsky comes through and takes the maximum points in Heat 2 Group A, and that is what he was after. Skamla coming through in second place. Bobas, I think, was the man that's grabbed third, and that is timely for Hassan Bobas. Bobas picked up 4th in heat number 1. Feng Zhanghao coming through in 4th. Best of the Chinese riders who are fighting it out for those places at the World Games. Of course, still opportunities for those athletes that don't make the final to qualify for the World Games. It all depends on what happens with other riders from your nation as well. So Zahorsky moves to 32 points. Same number as Marek Skamla, who won his opening heat, but still early stages in terms of the heats. Job done for Lukas Zahorsky. So riders in Group B getting ready. Jin Shu Lin with the number 1 on his shorts. Now he had problems in Group A, in Heat 1 I should say, because he wasn't able to start the race. So let's hope for his sake that the board is all fixed and all in working order as we get a look at the starting positions. Jin Shu Lin qualified exceptionally well, didn't he, in second place. Damian Kadlec, number 2. Daisuke Mamada 3. Mark Andrews from Canada. Starting 4. Kao Ji-yoon. 5th, Alexander Strom. 6th, Anthony Squire. 7th, Squire. Again, with a little bit of work to do in these heats. He finished in 5th place in Heat 1 Group B. It shows you difficult qualifying, and he can be in a bit of bother. It's difficult to work your way through the field in this type of race, but especially just the 6 laps in the stock class. So riders out on the water now. So Squire in 7th, Arkadiusz Janora starting 8th. 9th, Sebastian Lux from Germany. And then 10th and 11th, Murat Yongançılar and Ender Yongançılar, the 2 riders from Turkey. There is Sebastian Lux, and quick shot of Anthony Squire. Everyone hoping that we can get away. Squire and a few others were in Heat 1 Group B that did delay things a little bit. It was Squire that went off to the pontoon, had a rest, and everybody followed. And just winding up now, getting the riders into position. Still a few minutes until this one is due to get underway at 55, so they'll be in position and starting to get lined up for the start procedure. After this one, we will have 2 more heats. A little bit of noise that you may pick up in the background. That is from some of the boards being cleaned just behind our commentary position. So Jin Shu Lin, it's everybody lined up and waiting to hear a whistle. Are they going to get away? Nope, bring them back around. So Jin Shu Lin still with a couple of minutes to go till the official start of this race. You can just make out some of the skyline of Fujairah in the background. 7th largest city in the United Arab Emirates. Delighted to be here, of course, under the patronage of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Hamad Al Sharqi, Crown Prince of Fujairah. And of course, big thank you to our host, the Fujairah International Marine Club, which was established in 1999 to publish and encourage water sports amongst the locals and residents of the Emirate of Fujairah and the United Arab Emirates. There's a wide and extensive range of aquatic activities for the whole family to enjoy. So getting lined up, let's see if they get away this time. Jin Shulin, who had that super strong qualifying, not so experienced at leading off heats at this level, but we do get away this time, and it's Daisuke Mamada, who thought was going to get a good start. He's very low there, the Japanese rider in the red helmet, but Jin Shulin still has the lead here, approaching the split section. He goes to the left-hand split, but it's going to be pretty tight coming out of the split section between Damian Kadlec and Jin Shulin. And now, well, Jin Shulin has a bit of an advantage there. He is the Chinese rider on a bit of a charge here. He has to be, because of not getting any points in heat number 1. So it's all about the final 3 heats for Jin Shulin. It was the Chinese rider Cao Ziyun who has worked his way up into second place, while Damian Kadlec dropping to 9th, Daisuke Mamada 3rd, Mark Andrews 4th, Arkadiusz Yonora in 5th place. Split section again on this 6-lap race for Jin Shulin, and goes for that left-hand split with his countryman Cao Ziyun in second place with the number 5 on his shorts. So we see a rider there, that is Mark Andrews from Canada. So 2 laps done for Jin Shulin. Does he think about the long lap here? Just looks across, sees one of the back markers exiting the split, and well, he put his right hand in the air, so no long lap yet, just getting trapped in a little bit of choppier water. Cao Ziyun goes for the long lap. So Cao Ziyun there, working his way back across. Mark Andrews on the long lap as well. So another lap completed for Jin Shulin, onto lap number 3. Hasn't taken a long lap yet. Surely this will be the moment the Chinese rider thinks about it. And yes, he does, drifting over to his left for his first long lap of the race. He really wants to pick up maximum points here in Group B and reignite his challenge after technical issues in heat number 1. He's doing a good job of it so far, has a big lead over Daisuke Mamada, who has yet to go for a long lap as well. Cao Ziyun in 3rd place, he has gone for a long lap. Mark Andrews in 4th has as well. Arkadiusz Yonora a little bit further back in 5th. Haven't caught sight of Arkadiusz yet. Cao Ziyun looking to just try and stay in touch with Jin Shulin, the race leader, who comes out in a bit of traffic as well. Anthony Squire down in 9th place now, but I think he has taken at least one long lap in the race, so it'll sort itself out. We're on the 4th lap of the race here, folks, and let's just take a look back here at the man with the number 2 on his shorts. That is Damian Kadlec, having problems earlier on in the race. So a bit of a surprise to see Kadlec struggling here, but that is what can happen in this game. Kadlec was 2nd in Heat 1 Group C. Daisuke Mamada, the number 3 on his shorts, completes another lap. Oh, and Mamada nearly stuffing it into the water there. Race leader Jin Shulin on his second long lap. He's on lap 5 of the race, so he'll take the white flag on the next lap. Damien Kadlec running in 4th at the moment. However, a long lap still to come for Kadlec. We know he's got the pace, so he could work his way through this field a little bit. There is Jin Shulin back on course. You can see it's pretty choppy out there. There's a lot of activity out on the water on the circuit, and expect certainly once we get into heat number 3 things to get just a little bit more bumpy. Mark Andrews has dropped to 7th place, but of course we've seen him on the long lap, and Daisuke Mamada putting together a nice race here. But it'll be white flag this time. There it is, the white flag from the pontoon for Jin Shulin. Onto the final lap of the race. Just has to get past Murat Yonganchilar. Needs to leave a little bit of space for him there. And Yonganchilar eventually letting Jin Shulin past. So Chinese rider who wasn't able to start heat 1, making amends in heat number 2 and getting into a really decent position here. He is on course for the victory. Daisuke Mamada for Japan. There's Arkadiusz Janora, who was in the lead of the race, but of course still had to do some work on the longer lap. But Jin Shulin from China puts the disappointment of heat number 1 and the DNS behind him, and he comes through, takes the victory in heat 2 Group B, and of course the maximum points for the Chinese rider. And that was really smart racing from Jin Shulin. Showed some real class in heat 2 Group B to come through and take the victory. Just wrapping things up for you as other riders come through and cross the line, and we'll give you who's finished in second. See Kao Ziyun crossing the line. There's Anthony Squire. Work his way through the field a little bit, but do have Arkadiusz Janora finishing in second place. So really strong performance there from Janora, with Mamada in 3rd, Squire getting into 5th. Picks up the 8 points, so Anthony Squire moves to 16 points. Is that going to be enough? You really need to be in the top 3 consistently to get into the final. And Squire, well, he's getting closer, but of course poor qualifying means you've got to do it the hard way. But of course, even if you miss out just the top 12 in the finals, doesn't mean that those World Games are not going to come your way. So all about maximising everything you can out of these heats, because you don't quite know how it's all going to shape up. Well, looking out over the city of Fujairah, our wonderful hosts, as Heat 2 Group B comes to a close. We have got 2 heats left to come before we take a lunch break. And with the time just going at midday here, I think we are going to take just a very brief pause in a few moments' time, and we'll be back with the live racing in a few moments. Hey folks, so Heat 2 Group C just getting lined up, ready for their start. This is going to be a really interesting one with Kim Min-sung and Matthias Novotny, both winners in Heat number 1. We've got the elite world champion from 2024 up against the stock class world champion from 2024. Novotny didn't have the best of qualifying. Kim Min-sung with position 1 in this one. Matthias Novotny position 2. Zhang Maozhou from China starting at position 3. Vachasara Yantorn 4. Mike Michailidis, who has had success in the stock R class last season. Michailidis, of course, 5th in the stock R class standings, but really consistent season. It was won by Dennis Duselek, Fares Ramadan in 2nd place. Alexander Lana from Sweden starting 6th. Suguru Ikeda from Japan 7th. Ted Burke from the USA 8th. Anthony Mastroni with work to do. Masters rider in 9th. And then Roman Lichal Kratershvil starting 10th with the A on his shorts. Paul Tori from Japan, B. Abraham Tibor from Hungary has got C on his shorts, and he is in starting at position 12. Well, there, Kim Min-sung, super experienced rider, of course, is going to get everyone into position. 2 heats to go, and then it will be a lunch break for an hour or so, and then at the moment due to be back at racing with heat number 3 at 1:55 local time here in Fujairah. That will bring all the racing to a close, so 6 heats to go after lunch. Kim Min-sung with the hand in the air, ready to go with heat number 2 Group C. Min-sung with Matthias Novotny alongside him. Knows how to get these riders lined up for the start. A little bit of a chat from the marshal, still not quite in position, but you can see Kim Min-sung managing the pace well, and lightning quick start from Matthias Novotny, and Kim Min-sung in a little bit of bother. Let's see if that inside racing line is going to help him, but Zhang Maozhou from China putting the pressure on Kim Min-sung there, and Min-sung going for the right-hand split. But what a start from Matthias Novotny, winner in heat number 1 pretty comfortably as well. Gets off to a strong start in heat number 2, looking to get the maximum points, try and get position 1 for the final. But Kim Min-sung coming through in 2nd place after heat 1. See, do either of the race leaders think about a long lap early? No. Man in 4th place does Zhang Maozhou. Vajrasadak Yantorn sitting in 3rd place right now. The top 3 all staying on the lap and not going for the long lap. It was Zhang Maozhou, the first man to go for it. There is Matthias Novotny with a little look over his left shoulder. Had less than a second over Kim Min-sung. Min-sung knows he's up against some serious talent as Roman Lichal Kratershvil rejoins the course, but already a lap behind as Kim Min-sung has got his hand in the air, so he is off for a long lap there. Drifts over to the left-hand side to take this ultra-long lap, and Novotny not going for it yet. He might squeeze it in on the 4th lap of the race. We're on lap 3. Mastroni running in 6th at the moment, but long lap I think still to come for the Canadian. 2 Canadians in the field here. Mark Andrews, 2 Canadian men I should say. Mark Andrews in as well. We've already seen Andrews, but there is Novotny on lap 3 and about to start lap 4. So the race leader, Maciej Novotny from Czechia, teammate of Lukas Zahorski. He's got a bit of traffic up ahead, so he maybe now thinks about the long lap. Kim Min-song's already got one in the books already. Yeah, Novotny onto the long lap. You could just see on at the top of the shot. So ticks off number 1. So on lap 4 of the race, Novotny going for the long lap, but he's got some company ahead of him. And there's Kim Min-song just fighting past some backmarker traffic that slows him up slightly. And with Novotny on the long lap, he would have been hoping, Kim Min-song would have been hoping to just get a little bit of clear water. And there you see Novotny's come out behind Kim Min-song. So Novotny maybe having a little bit of trouble with lap traffic as well, and Kim Min-song looking to get on the inside there, but nowhere to go, ends up following the rider ahead of him. Novotny goes to the right hand split. Kim Min-song just coming out that turn a little bit later than he would have hoped for. It's Suguru Ikeda ahead of him, but look at the numbers 1 and 2 out of the final turn. Now into this last turn, Novotny gets him in the split. How tight is this racing? Well, Novotny and Kim Min-song separated by the barest of margins, and already the gap starting to grow. 0.340 between them. Novotny goes for the long lap, and Kim Min-song decides to follow him, the stock class master. And you can see the pace that Novotny has. But that was tight exiting the split between those two riders, both on their final long laps of the race on lap number 5. Kim Min-song still just about a second or so behind Novotny. These are the two men fighting for the 18 points, and a little bit of lap traffic here, and Kim Min-song get it done with getting in front of that rider. He's got a hand in the air, so that'll help Kim Min-song. Novotny just getting held up, and again, a rider moving out of the way. Sensible riding. I think that was Zhang Maozu, but it didn't quite catch the number. So lap 5 of the race, penultimate lap, and then the white flag will be up at the end of this one. Novotny in the lead, but he had to work for it out of the split in the end of the last lap. They've both taken their long laps, the two leaders of the race. See Kim Min-song over on the right hand split. Gap has grown just a little bit. So Novotny on to the final lap. Kim Min-song joins him, positions 1 and 2. It is fairly tight. Again, another rider doing a good job of getting underway. There was just under 2 seconds between them, but that gap has closed coming on to the final lap. So Kim Min-song putting the pressure on Maciej Novotny. Just keep letting him know you're there. You're not going anywhere. And Kim Min-song in second place. You can see, does he follow or go for the opposite split? Probably on the final lap will go for the opposite split, but Novotny gets the job done and he actually follows him through there, and fair enough, whatever works. I think Kim Min-song settling now for second place with 1 turn to go. Maciej Novotny crosses the line, takes the victory in Heat 2 Group C. Kim Min-song in second place. Some close racing between those two, but it's Novotny picking up the 18 points like he did in Heat 1 Group D. Zhang Maozu crossing the line in third place, getting the 11 points. If you're writing it all down at home, wherever you're watching, Anton Vachasara getting 9 points for fourth place. Lana finishing in fifth. Mike Michaelidis in 6th, Seguro Ikeda in 7th place. But one of the closest races, just 1.920 separating first and second in Heat 2 Group C. We've got one heat left to go before we will all settle down for a lovely barbecue lunch. Make you all jealous. Heat 2 Group D, the last heat of this morning session, and then we'll be off for just over an hour. Next heat due off at 12:25 local time, so riders not in the water. Kim Min Song moves to 32 points. 36 points now for Novotny, who's got his eyes on at position 1. As we see the final standing, Zhang Maozu from China finishing in 3rd place. A really helpful 11 points for him, and Anton Vachasarek coming through in 4th. Anthony Mastroni finishing in 9th place. 4 points go his way for 9th. So last of the morning session, Heat 2 Group D just making their way out on to the water. You can see the start list there. Zhu Linqing from China starting at position 1, Alex Lukscheider 2, Kim Down 3, Timotei Zubor 4, Faresh Ramadan 5, Yan Jitao 6th, Chen Zhangqi 7th, Tahi Han 8th, Ryder Sawangwan, who wasn't able to start in Heat 1. Starting at 9th, Julien Reynaud from France. 10th, Juan Urquidi from Mexico. 11th, and Vladimir Maslenikov in 12th. So that's your lineup for Heat 2 Group D that'll bring this morning session, although technically in this part of the world it is already afternoon, but I'm calling it the morning session, so we're going to have to stick with that, and the riders will get themselves lined up in a moment or two, led off by Zhu Linqing from China. Zhu Linqing finished 2nd in heat number 1. He's on 14 points. Timotei Zubor finished 4th in heat 1, Group D, and he's on 9 points. So another result here for Zubor could keep him in with a spot. A little bit of a battle amongst the Slovakian riders as well, but Zhu Linqing, hand in the air, just getting everyone into position. Kim Down with the number 3 on his shorts, looking to just improve a little bit on his Heat 1 performance. He did get 2nd place, wasn't bad, so all eyes on the victory this time around for Kim Down, but work to do with Lukscheider and Zhu Linqing ahead. Lukscheider, of course, 2nd in the World Cup, World standings last season. That number 2 on his shorts, but it is the Chinese rider leads them into the first turn. Kim Down, a little bit wide, is going to go onto the left-hand split, and Kim Down making a nice pass there. It's all pretty tight in the split section coming out of this first lap. 6 laps, of course, 2 long laps to take, and there you can see the advantage, I think, coming out of that right-hand split. Splits are pretty even, but the right-hand split does give you that straighter line before the final turn. And it is Lukscheider who is in the lead. Zhu Linqing in 2nd, Kim Down in third place. Not a lot between them at the end of the first lap, and the three men at the front of the race working their way through this second lap. It's Luke Scheider, as you would expect with the sort of season that he had last year. Looking to put on a show in heat number 2 at Group D. He won Group A ahead of Zahorski. So Luke Scheider looking to, of course, take the maximum points into the lunch break, and if he can get another victory this afternoon, he's going to be one of the athletes vying for top spots, of course, in terms of starting position. So Luke Scheider can see a few of the riders coming out of the split section. He may just focus on making sure he's ahead of them as they exit, and then can focus on the long lap. Well, he's going for the long lap now, actually, so maybe thought there's going to be a bit of traffic here. Let's get this long lap done on lap number 3. So the race leader onto his first long lap of this race. Heat 2 at Group D. Kim Down following him into the long lap. He was running in second, so Zhu Linqing out on his own with 2 long laps. Oh, there is Zhu Linqing, actually. So Kim Down running in third place. Where is Luke Scheider? All going to plan for Alex Luke Scheider so far. And there he is. So Luke Scheider looking all very calm in Heat 2. Approaching the split section on his third lap of the race, and working his way through that left-hand split as the riders see it. Out of the split, and now one turn to go. Lap number 4 getting started for Alex Luke Scheider. You can see quite a lot of riders on the long lap at the moment, but a bit of clear water here for Luke Scheider, and that's meaning that he is not going to take his second long lap here, because he's got the space up in front to really try and put some time on the rest of the field. Zhu Linqing and Kim Down, second and third out on the water. But with that open water in front of him, it's played out pretty nicely here for Alex Luke Scheider, and he's really taken advantage. Look at that stretch, nobody in front of him, just one rider exiting the right-hand split, as Luke Scheider is on lap 4 of this 6-lap race. Little check, nobody too close to him, and I wonder as Luke Scheider crosses the line to start at lap 5. Will he go for the long lap here, or will it be on the final lap of the race? He is in the lead. It's all in his hands. Timothy Zubor was up in second place. Drops down to third now, but Zubor still with a bit of work to do here. There is Luke Scheider. Just watching for a hand in the air. Or he's a little bit further on in the course, actually. So I think it's going to be the final lap of the race where Luke Scheider takes his second long lap, if he hasn't already done so, and I've totally missed it. But he's got a big advantage in this race, and it's all working out exactly how Luke Scheider would have wanted it, as he has just this one turn to negotiate. A lot of bumpy water. Should be on the white flag lap now, but he's got a bit of traffic ahead here. Luke Scheider on lap 5. And there he goes. Did still have the final long lap to take, but he had been able to take advantage of a lot of clear water in front of him. Zhu Linqing running in second place right now, as we're at the business end of Heat 2 Group D. Kim Down still putting it together a strong performance here, just making sure of the points, making sure of a place in the final. We got a rider in the water. Haven't seen who that is yet, as Zhu Linqing is on his final lap of the race, but it's Alex Lukscheider back on course after completing the long lap. About half of the circuit to go here for Lukscheider, and the Czech rider can focus on the split section and final few turns of the course. He's into the splits now, taking those left-hand splits and taking them well. So Alex Lukscheider with a dominant performance in Heat 2, Group D, and it's going to be maximum points so far for Alex Lukscheider from Czechia. He moves to 36 points with 2 wins from 2 heats. Job done in the morning session for him. Zhu Linqing comes through, and he is going to take second place in this race. So Zhu Linqing getting the 14 points for second. Kim Down finishing in third. 11 points for him to add to the 14 points from heat number 1. So Kim Down moves to 25 points. See if that is going to be enough for a place in the final third place in every heat. If you're in the top 3, should be enough to do it. But of course, it depends on what else happens. Timothy Zubor finishing in 4th, Chen Zhaiki 5th, and a good performance from rider Sawangwan finishing in 6th place, and gets his challenge underway. 7 points for 6th place for rider, his first points of these heats after not starting in heat number 1. Farej Ramadan in 7th, Yan Zitao 8th, Wano Kidi 9th, Julien Renaud 10th, 11th to Vladimir Maslenikov, and 12th to Tahi Han. And that brings the morning session to a close, with Heat 2 all completed, as we enjoy the sights of the paddock and Fujairah, city of just under 200,000 people. So riders make their way back in. We are due to start heat number 3, the final heats of today, at 1:55 local time. Everyone's going to take a little bit of a lunch break. Suggest you do as well, whether it's lunch, might be breakfast for you, might be an evening snack, but a bit of a break now, and then heat number 3 will start at 1:55. So thank you so much for your company here in Fujairah on the World Games Qualifier. We'll see you just before 2 p.m. for the final bit of action for the day.